Hello and welcome to this 15-minute foot and lower leg care yoga video. We're going to be using a tennis ball or something similar. I'm using a TuneUp ball here and a blanket for underneath your knees if you have any sensitivities there. To begin, place the soles of your feet together in a cobbler's pose and then place the thumbs on the inside of your feet, stroking carefully but firmly from the inside of the foot outside. Make sure you sit up nice and tall and breathe some deep, relaxing breaths. Just giving our feet a little bit of love, a little bit of attention, a little bit of care here. Extend your left leg in front of you and bring your right foot on top of your left leg. Grab a hold of the bottom of your foot underneath your toes and pull the foot towards the side. So grab a hold of your toes, pull them back towards you. Breathe into the stretch. And then grab a hold of the top of your foot and pull the toes and the top of your foot towards you with a flat hand. Feel the sensation of the stretch. And then you can release that foot. Grab a hold of the bottom of your foot underneath your toes and pull the foot towards the side. So grab a hold of your toes, pull them back towards you. And then grab a hold of the top of your foot and pull the toes and the top of your foot towards you with a flat hand. Place your knees on the blanket. Extend the right foot behind you. We're moving back and forth, shifting back and forth. Whenever we push back, we really want to make sure we feel a stretch through the lower leg, that calf muscle. When you shift forward, maybe you might feel a stretch through the bottom of your foot. And then stay here, stay still for a moment. And release the leg back down onto the blanket, extending your other leg behind you now. Shifting back and forth, really trying to get into that calf muscle. And then stay and push back as far as you can. Release the leg back down onto the blanket. Now tuck your toes under and sit back onto your heels. This is a lot for the feet, so we're going to distract ourselves by extending the arms forward and on an inhale, opening up to the right side. Exhale, come back forward. Inhale, open up to the left. Exhale, come back forward. Inhale, open up, twist through the upper body. Come back through to center on an exhale. Inhale, open up. And exhale, come back forward. You can roll your wrist a little bit. And then you can release your feet, tap the tops of your feet on the ground a few times. Beautiful. Then walk your hands back behind you, lifting your hips off the ground for just a moment. A bit of a stretch to the front body. Exhale, sit back down, and then lift your knees off the ground so you can feel a stretch through your feet. And this is a lot. You do not have to go super duper far, just more about the sensation that you feel. Now we're going to make use of our handy little tennis ball. Get up off the ground. Grab your ball and place it underneath the ball of your foot, so the big toe joint. And then just lightly press down onto the big toe joint, jogging back and forth, using your other leg as an anchor that keeps you stable, maybe bringing your hands to your hips. Maybe shifting the ball to the middle of that ridge underneath your toes. And then going all the way over to the little toe. I'm going to show you from the front as well. So starting underneath the big toe, that joint underneath the big toe, and moving along that ridge of the balls of your feet. Just jogging back and forth. Beautiful, walk it off. And then place the other foot on the ball. We're going to do exactly the same thing. Starting underneath the big toe, at that joint of the big toe. Just placing some pressure on the joint and then getting off it again. And then you can move along the ridge slowly, mindfully, until you come underneath the small toe. I'm going to show you from the front again. Starting underneath the big toe, moving through center, and then over underneath the small toe. And then we're coming back down onto the ground. We're still using our handy ball. And you want to this time place it underneath your calf muscle. So the meaty part underneath your lower leg. And then you can just kind of shift back and forth. Maybe you have to lift your seat a little bit using your hands, some arm strength. And you just want to go back and forth in little increments all the way along the calf more towards the knee, and eventually also the calf more towards the foot. This might feel a little tender if your muscles are very stiff, but it will make you feel really yummy after we are done. And then we're going to go to the other leg. Just going back and forth. Maybe you notice that it's easier to do this on one side than the other. It's a bit of a coordination exercise for the rest of the body. You're working yourself around the ball. And you don't have to press yourself too hard into the ball. The weight of the leg in and of itself is enough usually. Don't forget the part right above your foot. And then you can release this pose. And we're going to come to cross-legged. Place the right foot in front of you. Place the ball underneath the right lower leg. And then you want to work that ridge between the shins and the calf muscle. There's a lot of connective tissue there, a lot of fascia that tend to get very stiff, very stuck. And by working the ball side to side like this, we can get into these areas that tend to make us feel a little bit stuck. And you know where it feels like you need a little bit more attention, a little bit more love for your leg. Then we're going to switch the cross of our legs, go to the other leg, placing the ball between the shin and the calf. Just working the ball back and forth, up and down along that ridge between the calf and the shin. You can really use your hands here to help facilitate this movement. Letting your leg be relatively passive. And then widen your legs a little bit apart from each other and drop the knees over to one side and then the other side. Getting a bit of a glute massage. Stand up. And then you can step your right foot back behind you. The foot is at a 45-degree angle. Feet are on separate tracks. Your hips are equally pointed forward. Bend and straighten that front leg a little bit. Warrior one legs. Wiggle that foot a little bit further behind you so you're in a high lunge position. And then we're going to straighten the leg and jog a little bit and then bend into the knee, letting the heel come over the ball of the foot. Just go back and forth between these two movements. Walk it off. Step the other foot behind you. Back foot at a 45-degree angle. Hips pointed forward equally. And then bend and straighten that front leg. Then wiggle that foot back behind you. Bend into the knee twice. And then straighten the leg twice. So kind of jogging back and forth between these two expressions of the pose. One you will feel in your foot, and one you will feel more in your leg. Step the feet back together at the top of the mat, walk it out. Then come to stand in the middle of your mat, lift the right foot off the ground, and take some circles with your ankle. Take some circles with your foot. And then shake out the leg, and as much as possible, leave the foot as limp as you can, almost like it is unplugged. Lift the other foot off the ground, take some foot circles. Reverse the circles. And then extend that leg a little bit to the side and shake out the leg. Finding some balance, maybe you have a wall nearby that you can hold on to. And just shake out the foot. Beautiful. Come back down on the ground in a comfortable seat. Close your eyes, feel into your legs. Inhale the arms up overhead. The palms touch. Exhale them in front of your heart. 2 more times. Inhale the arms up overhead. Bring them in front of your heart on an exhale. Last time. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. Bow into yourself. Thank yourself for practicing some foot care today. And I hope to see you soon. If you like this video, please press the like button, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel by tickling the algorithm. Thank you so much.